everyone, today I'm going to show you how to access your online account. You're going to start by going to ClarendonHillsLibrary.org, that's our website, and you're going to look up in the top right hand corner, there's a little icon that looks like a little person's head. You're going to click on that. It's going to open up a new window with a login site. You're going to log in with your library barcode number and then your SWAN PIN, which is automatically defaulted to the last four of your phone number, so long as you haven't changed it. And if this is your first time signing in, that is what it should be. So then once you get signed in, it's going to take you to this account summary. It's going to show you how many titles are checked out, what's overdue, holds, and if any of those holds are ready for pickup. There's also a little list of things recommended for you, and that's based off of any reviews that you might place as you're looking at items. So if I want to check out what I've already got checked out, I'm going to go over to the left-hand side where it says checked out titles and click physical materials, and that's going to show me what items I currently have checked out. So as you can see, one of my items is overdue. And it's highlighted in red to let me know. It does have renewals available, so I can just hit the renew button and it will automatically renew for me. Generally, our items do automatically renew. The only way they wouldn't is if somebody has it on hold or if it's already auto-renewed twice. And in those instances, you would want to bring the library book into the library. You could talk to staff and see if they're able to extend the due date on that or if you're going to have to return it due to holds. If the item cannot be renewed, it's going to look like this Hunt on Dark Waters. It says, sorry, this title cannot be renewed, and that's because it's a new title. There are holds on it. It has to be returned. All right, there's also a button there underneath the renew button that says you might also like. So if you really enjoyed that book and you're curious about other books that might be like it, I highly recommend clicking on that button and checking out what some other titles are that you might enjoy as well. You'll also see that on the left-hand side, under physical materials, there's Libby, Hoopla, and Boundless. So if you utilize any of our digital resources and you like to check ebooks out, audiobooks out from any of those websites, those will also be listed there with checkouts that you have. Just a note about that, you cannot renew those items through this account. If you want to renew those items, you have to go into the Libby, Hoopla, Boundless apps and renew directly from there. You can't do it from here, but it will show you whether or not it needs to be renewed. All right, next you have the titles on hold. So if you click on physical materials, this will tell you whether or not you have holds ready for pickup or if they're still in process. So you'll see holds ready for pickup. There's nothing available for me right now, but pending holds, I do have one item that I'm waiting for it to come. And while you're waiting for it to come, you'll see that it says you can cancel the hold. So if you decide you don't want that book after all, you found it somewhere else, you decide you don't want to read it, you can hit cancel hold. You can also hit freeze hold. This will suspend your hold on the item. So if you know you're going to be out of town for 4 months and you don't want the book to come in while you're gone, you can hit freeze hold and then it will skip over you if your turn comes up. And then when you come back, you can hit unfreeze hold and then it will put you right back where you were in line. So if you were at the top, you'll stay at the top. Change pickup location. That allows you to change where you pick it up. So say, for example, you're picking up at Clarendon Hills, but you think maybe you're going to be in Hinsdale that day it comes in. You want to change your pickup location to Hinsdale. You can do so by clicking there. The While You Wait button will also give you more suggestions on books that are similar to the one that you have on hold. So if you're looking for some more reading while you wait for that one, that might be a good option to get you by until yours comes in. Same thing with Libby and Boundless on the titles on hold. It will show you those options here. Underneath that is the fines. And if you have fines, it'll light up red there and show you that you have fines. So here you'll see fines. There are $5 for miscellaneous account. If it's an overdue book or item, it will tell you what the charge is for. And you have the option to pay for it right here. You can also go into the library and pay in person if you prefer to do that. But this is probably an easier option if you prefer to pay with debit or credit card. There's also PayPal as an option. If you have your accounts linked to other accounts, you can also see any other fees that those accounts have. So you'll see, for example, here that the top account has $5, the bottom account does not have any fines. So if there aren't any fines, that's what it looks like. If you do have fines, that's what it looks like. And just to go back to physical materials when talking about linked accounts, I know I mentioned link accounts. If you have linked accounts, so if you're a parent or guardian and you have your kids' cards linked to yours, you can go into the checkouts and you can actually see who those items are checked out to. So underneath checked out to, it says Larissa E. That tells you who it's checked out to. So if you had children and they had books on their account versus your account, it will tell you which person has that item checked out. So since we're talking about linked accounts, I'm going to scroll down under account settings. If you look down, there is a tab that says linked accounts. If you click on that, it's going to show you what accounts you have linked and allow you to manage those accounts. So you can remove, you can add, you can disable, you can enable linking accounts. So again, this is a really great feature for parents that might want their kids' cards linked so they can see if items are overdue or anything along those lines. So that's a really great option. The other thing you can do underneath my account, going back under fines, it says your library card. If you click on that, it's going to give you the barcodes and the numbers of all the cards that you have linked, so you can easily access those. Underneath that is the recommended for you. So it titles you rated, not interested in titles. As you're searching the catalog, if you come across a book that you read, you can give it a star rating. So for example, when we were on physical materials, you can see the rating there. So you can give a book a rating based off of your own thing, and it will track that for you, and then it will start to suggest items for you that are related to what you've rated. And then if you hit not interested in, then it knows not to recommend those items for you. Underneath your lists, you can again see all the books that you have created lists for. So if you've got a bunch of books that you're using for travel, you can lump them all together here so you can remember either what books you want or what books you've already had. You can kind of do it either way. If you have a bunch of mystery books that you want to kind of plow through, you can make a list of all the mystery books that you want, and you can keep track of them through there. Going back to the left-hand window where it says underneath your list, it says your searches. So if you want to track any search histories, I haven't tracked any, you can keep track of those there. It's very similar to lists. And underneath that is checkout history. So the checkout history will show you all the books that you have had checked out. This is automatically disabled. So when you first log in, it's not going to have your checkout history tracking. You do have to click in there and enable that. And that will allow you to go back and check out everything that you've checked out. If there was a book you checked out months ago and you want to reread it, you can go back and look at it. Otherwise, that's automatically defaulted to not available. So if you do want that feature, you do need to click on that tab there and set that up. Next, I'm going to look at account settings. So your preferences. This is going to allow you to change the language of the catalog. So if you'd prefer to look at it in Spanish, you can change it there, or if you just want it in English, that's the default. You can also do dark mode. So if you're on an app or something and you want the background to be dark and the text to be light colored, you can change it there. Research starters help you when you're looking for items. The other important thing on here is your pickup location. So if you want to change it to another library in the consortium, you can do so here. So if you live in Clarendon Hills, but maybe you work in Hinsdale and you drive by the Hinsdale Library more often, you can change your pickup location to Hinsdale and your items will be routed there. Underneath your preferences on the left-hand side is contact information. This is going to be all the information you gave us when you signed up for a library card. You can change your preferred name and you can change your email on here. Any other information that needs updating, you need to contact the library so that we can update that for you. On the left-hand side, another really important thing is text message settings. So If your preferred method of contact is text messaging, you can set that up right here. Automatically, we default it to either phone or email when you sign up, but if you would rather receive text messages, you'll just go in here, type in a label, so you can say my cell phone. If you have a child's phone or something, you could put their name there, phone number, and then you can highlight whether you want to receive overdue notices or hold pickup notices. And then you can hit update, add the phone number, and that will update that. And again, linked accounts. We talked about linked accounts earlier. Again, you can see that under the linked accounts tab. Lets you look at who you've got linked. And then there's the reset PIN. So if you would rather not use the last 4 of your phone number and we'd like to change it to something that's easier for you to remember, you can do that here. You'll just type in the old PIN, last 4 of your phone number if that's what you signed in with, and then you can change it to whatever new PIN you would like. The last little 3 options there on the left-hand side of the account settings is Libby, Hoopla, and Boundless options. These are all a little bit different. On Libby, you can update what email you receive notifications for. You can also change the default lending period, so how long you're allowed to check items out for. They automatically default to 14 days, but if you want longer or shorter, you can change that there. Hoopla doesn't have a whole lot of option choices. It just wants to know if you would like to use confirmation before you check out. And then finally, Boundless, you can update the email for your hold preferences on Boundless, as well as prompts for that. So that is how you access your My Account on our library website.